This is me, right before I came out as trans. And this is me 4 years later and 50 pounds heavier. These days, I have a much more casual relationship with the gym, but I still love working out, and I'm very happy with the impact that fitness has had on my transition and my life. And I'm stoked to help you get started down that road so you can feel the same. Since the internet is already overflowing with fitness content, here's some more. Now, I know how overwhelming it can be to try to sift through all that information and determine what's relevant to you as a beginner, especially as a trans guy. So I've designed this fitness series to be the sort of resource that I wish I had when I first started. I've made a full beginner workout plan and will have videos taking you through each day in the gym, as well as providing you with a free sheet that you can print and fill out as you go to track your progress. And in these videos, I'm not just telling you what to do. Following along with this series is going to give you a solid grasp on the fundamentals and help you understand these concepts so that you can apply them moving forward and continue to make progress even after this series is over. It also doesn't matter if you are pre-T or if you've been on T for years, or even if you're a cis person, anyone can use this. But I'm a trans guy and I'm going to be talking about trans stuff. Now, today's video is all about getting you started with an effective, efficient, and sustainable approach to fitness. But none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Hydrant, so let's take a moment to show them some love. Hydrant is a science-backed wellness brand that makes a range of products focused on hydration, performance, and well-being. Now listen, I am personally very skeptical when it comes to supplements, especially being advertised on social media. You know, there's a lot of baloney being sold as prime cuts, if you know what I mean. But that's why I really appreciate Hydrant, because it's super straightforward, you know exactly what you're getting. It's essentially the healthier version of a sports drink. They're hydration supplements with no artificial sweeteners, stevia, or synthetic colors, made from real fruit juice powder with 3 times the electrolytes of a sports drink. They sent me their essentials kit to try out the different functions that they offer, and I really enjoy them and continue to use them. I got their classic hydrate and a lemonade flavor, which is great as an intro workout or just for staying hydrated throughout the day, and it tastes great. It doesn't have that like weird chemical supplement taste that I feel like a lot of cheap supplements have. It's very refreshing and easy to sip on. I'm also a big fan of their sleep drink, which has electrolytes and melatonin. You take it 30 minutes before bed, get yourself hydrated, and it promotes better quality sleep. And the little packets are very handy, nice for travel. I really like this stuff. You probably will too. If you want to try it, you'll get 48% off of Hydrant's new bulk tubs, and you're gonna get a free water bottle, which I really like. It's dope. It's very stylish. It's got a cool loop. But anyways, you can get all of that by using my link below. Thank you, Hydrant, for sponsoring this video. Set goals. The first step in reaching your goals is setting goals for which you can reach. So that's where we need to start. You might be thinking, well, that's easy. My goal is to lose weight, or my goal is to build muscle, or what I most often hear from people, I just want to get in shape. If your current fitness goal sounds something like that, you might be setting yourself up for failure. Because there's a method to setting effective goals that will not only tell you where you want to end up, but help keep you motivated and stay on track as you work to get there. And that's called setting SMART goals, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So if your current fitness goal is to become a better runner, the SMART version of that goal would sound something like, I want to be able to run a 5K at a 12-minute pace 3 months from now. That leaves nothing up to interpretation. You have a deadline and numbers to hit. So now you can focus your effort, track your progress, and keep from getting burnt out. If you're a beginner who just wants to get in shape, this can be intimidating. It requires you to know your starting place well enough to be able to quantify and create a goal that meets those standards. So for people who aren't focused on a specific aspect of fitness, I recommend basing your initial goal on creating consistency and turning fitness into a habit. Something like, I want to go to the gym after work 4 times a week for 4 weeks. And this is intended to be more of a placeholder goal, because as you're getting into the gym, you'll naturally find exercises that you enjoy more, or places that you're lacking and want to work on making progress. So then once you become familiar with that, you can pick something in the gym to focus on. So be looking for something where you can track your physical progress and create goals around that. Like let's say you start out with the placeholder goal of going to the gym 4 times a week, and after a couple weeks, you notice that you're always looking forward to leg day because you really like doing squats. Great, that's your next thing to focus on. So you can create a SMART goal around building a squat strength, and now you have something that you're excited to work on. And as you track yourself squatting more weight each week, it'll keep you motivated. Then once you finally hit that squat goal, you're gonna have this huge sense of satisfaction that would have never come if you were just going through the daily grind of working out. So effective goal setting is a game changer, absolute must. I'll put a link below to some SMART goals shit to help you out. So do it. Make a plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail. In the words of Dolly Parton, I don't think she said that, but if I don't know the origin of a quote, I just attribute it to Dolly Parton because she's smart. You know, she could have come up with that. Can you prove that she didn't? I'll wait. Anyways, in fitness, your plan is a diet and workout split that align with your goals. Now, Hot take time, you don't have to diet. If you want to work out but you're not mentally in a place where you can track your diet in a healthy way, that's fine. And you can skip ahead to this timestamp if you don't want to hear me talk about dieting. Now, diet. For everyone else, if you can plan and track your diet, you definitely should. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to consume your whole life. You just need to know your numbers and be mindful of what you're eating so you can hit those numbers. I think the best way to do that is with the flexible diet, aka the if it fits your macros diet. I find it's the easiest to start out and stick with because it just is flexible. It's in the name. It doesn't restrict you from eating certain foods or eating at certain times. You don't have to skip meals. Really, you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, just within certain parameters, of course. The two components of the if it fits your macros diet are your calories and of course your macros. Starting with calories, you already know this is how we measure how much food we are eating. You have maintenance calories that act as your baseline. That is the amount of calories you need to maintain your current weight. Hence the name. Eating more than your maintenance calories will put you in a caloric surplus. There you will gain weight. And eating less than your maintenance calories will put you in a caloric deficit, and there you will lose weight. In order to properly track your diet, along with calories, you need an added layer of structure, and that is tracking what you're eating. So in this case, your macros, and that is short for macronutrients. That is simply your carbs, fats, and proteins. We track macros in grams and have a specific daily allotment for each one. For example, my macros are 133 grams of protein, 331 grams of carbs, and 88 grams of fat. So in a given day, as long as I'm hitting my calorie and macro goals, I can theoretically eat whatever I want. Of course, in practice, I try to eat healthy. MyFitnessPal is a free app that'll calculate your calorie and macro needs and allows you to track your diet. It's pretty handy. You can just use your phone camera to scan the label of whatever you're eating and it'll automatically add it all up for you. Not sponsored. And again, I'll put more stuff in the description if you want to learn more about if it fits your macros dieting. Check that out. But just a personal tip before we move on from dieting, don't get too hung up on this stuff, all right? You're just starting out. It's going to be a little shaky. You're going to get off track. Don't worry about it. Try to be better today than you were yesterday or some shit, all right? Just, it's fine. I mean, do your best, but sometimes you're going to shit the bed, and as long as you're willing to clean it up and sleep in it again the next night, who cares? I guess. Weird analogy. Anyways, exercise is the next thing we're talking about. Now that we know where we're going, we can make ourselves a schedule or a split to help us get there most effectively. Your split is going to tell you how much exercise to do and when to do it, aka volume and frequency. When it comes to volume, in the gym we use sets and reps to measure how many times we perform a certain exercise. If I curl a bar 3 times, I've just done 1 set of 3 reps or repetitions. I'd then rest, and then I curl it 3 more times again, and now I've just done 2 sets of 3 reps. So volume is how many times you're doing it. You get it, right? It is impossible to tell if I'm explaining things in a way that will make sense to anyone, because once I start speaking, I stop understanding everything that I'm saying. Frequency. Frequency is what we use to refer to how often you hit a certain muscle group per week. For this series, I have made you a classic push-pull leg split, where each day focuses on certain muscle groups that tend to work together. So for our push day, we'll do chest, shoulders, and triceps. Pull day is back, traps, and biceps. And then leg day is leg day. Since this is a 3-day split, it can be done once or twice a week, so it's pretty flexible in terms of frequency. Now, there are a lot of ways you can customize your split to fit your needs, and while everyone has a preference when it comes to how to train, everyone, oh, the bro split is the best. No one says that. Oh, you should be doing a full body workout you should do a jumping jack every time you sneeze. The best thing to do is a toe day every day. Shut the fuck up, all right? Not you. As a beginner, you don't have to fuck with wasting all of that mental energy. Don't worry about trying to optimize everything, because at the end of the day, the best split is the one you'll actually stick to. Get in the gym. Even with a solid plan, your first time walking up in the gym, it's gonna be a little intimidating. All those levers and pulleys and medieval torture device looking things, it could be a lot to take in. So let's demystify some of that with a quick gym equipment crash course. Go. Bench, bench press, incline bench, decline bench, squat rack, power rack, barbell, dumbbells, easy bars, cables with various attachments for different exercises, and finally, a lot of isolation machines that will usually have a convenient diagram that shows you how to use it and what muscle group it targets. You're bound to run into other equipment, but once you learn which movements target which muscles, it'll all be pretty straightforward. Our workouts are generally built around a compound movement which incorporates multiple muscle groups, like bench press, which utilizes your chest, shoulders, and a bit of triceps, and then from there we'll move on to lighter isolation movements that target a specific muscle group, like tricep kickbacks. And if you're following this split, you'll definitely become familiar with that structure. Now, it's also important to be mindful of how much time you're spending on each workout and try to keep that around 45 minutes. Because as you work out, your testosterone is going to rise, endorphins are being released, but there is a drop-off point which tends to be around 1 hour, and after that your cortisol is going to begin to rise. It's not going to kill you to work out for an hour, but just be aware that more isn't always better, and 45 minutes tends to be that sweet spot for weight training. The last in the gym topic we need to cover is how much weight you should be lifting. We call that intensity, and it's measured based on your 1 rep max of a given exercise. So if the most I can bench press is 225 pounds and I can only do that one time, that's my 1 rep max. And I would be doing that at 100% intensity. 70 to 80% is considered a moderate intensity, and that's where we generally stay when we work out. And this goes hand in hand with volume, like we talked about earlier. So how much weight you plan on lifting is going to depend on how many times you plan on lifting that weight. Now, as a beginner, you don't really need to worry about trying to calculate all that shit right now. You really just want to find a comfortable weight that's still sufficiently challenging. And that typically will be a weight that you can do your full set with and still have 1 or 2 reps left in the tank that you could push out before reaching failure. So let me give you a visual of what that means. Let's say I'm gonna do some tripod curls, all right? I wanna do a set of 3 tripod curls. So this weight, it would be a perfect way for me if I could do 1, 2, 3, and that's where I'd stop. But I know this weight is good because I could do a 4th one, okay? And then maybe a 5th, but it'd be really hard. And so this is a good weight for me to do 3 reps with. So does that make sense? You're not saying anything, so I'm just gonna move on. Recovery. A core pillar of fitness that often gets outshined or even overlooked is the recovery stage. But this is when your muscles actually grow to adapt to the stress you put on them in the gym. When you work out, you tear the fibers in your muscles, and when you recover, those fibers, they grow back together and they're best friends and they're swole. No, but for real, during recovery, those fibers heal and they get stronger and sometimes bigger. Hello? Because they want to be ready for that shit next time you try it. You thought 30 pounds would be difficult? Boy, I've been getting swole when you were sleeping. You were sleeping. I was out here growing. Anyways, getting enough sleep and protein are the key ingredients to recovery. So get your full 8 hours of sleep. Go nighty-night, all right? And when you wake up, drink a protein shake. A very general rule of thumb is to try to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you'd shoot for 150 grams of protein. Like I said, this is a very general rule. All right, this is not always the most optimal amount of protein for you and your goals, but if you're just looking for a number to shoot for, it works. And that is it, folks. So to recap, you're gonna set specific goals, make a diet and workout plan, get in the gym, hitting those big compound movements followed by isolation work, and recover with a full night's sleep and plenty of protein. Leave a comment letting me know what your fitness goals are and if there's any specific topic that you would like me to cover in this series. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can catch those workout videos as they drop. All right, I have a lot of fun stuff lined up, so you better stick around. I hope this video got you feeling prepared, comfortable, and dare I even say hyped for your own fitness endeavors. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.